Baby Beauty, and this video is all about contouring. So contouring is about applying shade, light, and color to the face, and we're going to do that with a simple palette today that has all three in it, which I'm super excited about. But first of all, what we want to look at is face shape. So the ideal face shape in the makeup world is an oval face shape. So anything outside the oval, we want to add shade to, and our shade is our bronzer or our contour shade. It has to also be a matte shade to create that shadow. So having a little look at my face shape, I'm a little more oval through my jawline, but if we have a look at my forehead, I'm definitely more rectangular, and I usually use my hair to be able to shape my face, but I've showing you my full effect of my forehead today so that we can contour that, create some shade, and move more towards that oval face shape. Using a large powder brush, or you could use a specific contour brush, we're going in with this matte shade, layering my brush on both sides of the shade, tapping off any excess, and first of all, I'll start to shape the cheeks. So with the cheeks, I want to imagine a line from the top of the ear directly underneath the cheekbone to where a teardrop would come from the corner of the eye. I do want to keep this contour or this shade quite high so that it doesn't drag the face down. Personally, I like to press into my powder brush, create that crescent moon shape, and then just layer my shade under my cheekbone. The softer that I touch, the slower I can build color. So I'm wanting to create some shade under there, and you can see that that's definitely started to shape through my cheeks, but looks still really natural. Now, one side of the face you'll probably find quite easy. The other side you may find a little bit awkward. I find that we have one side that's a little more awkward, unless you're ambidextrous, and in that case, I'm a little jealous. So just layering under the cheekbones to really create some shadow and emphasize your amazing cheeks. Then we're looking at our nose. I love nose contouring, and a simple way to do that is with your big brush, or you can use a smaller brush for a more shaded and defined nose. By pinching the brush and creating a fan brush, I can work simply down either side of my nose to create some shadow. So this gives me a thinner looking nose, and then just a touch underneath to be able to give the nose a little bit of a lift. At any point, if you're wanting to raise or lower or change the shape or soften your contour, your shade, or your blush, simply use your foundation brush and you can just pat that in. So I love to be able to just do that for a more natural look. So you'll see that's definitely added shape to both my cheeks and to my nose. Now continuing on through my face shape. So a little bit of shade, perhaps on the masseter areas here. This is really nice to soften any of the gel areas as well. You can pop a little bit of bronzer. And for me, for the hairline, I'm wanting to soften off the edges of the forehead. So create that shade through this area, so that when I style my hair, if the wind gets me, which it did the other day when I was running classes, I still have shade underneath. So this is something that you can do. Have a little look straight ahead in the mirror and work out where you need that extra shade, or also refer to your workbook. Next, we're working with blush, and blush creates a soft sun-kissed glow. So I'm using a blush shade that is called Coral Blue. So this is more of a pinky tone, and this really suits my skin tone, my eye color, and my hair color. If you're wanting to find out more about coloring, those videos are coming soon, or send through a message and I can let you know the colors that best suit you. So just popping on some blush to the same brush, removing any excess, and then by holding the brush through the base, this is going to give me a soft touch so I can apply color slowly. If I was to hold the brush quite firm, that could give me a sunburnt sort of look from my blush. Layering my blush high onto the cheekbones, up towards the temples, and a touch above the outer corner of the brow is how I personally like to apply my blush for a lifted effect. When I first learnt makeup, one of the main trends was to smile, put blush onto the apples of the cheeks, and then as soon as you stop smiling, the blush drops. So we don't want that effect. We want to look lifted when we're at lunch with the girls. So really great to apply the blush a little higher than perhaps you would have in the past. So you can see on one side that my blush is lifting the face, and on the other side just looks a little flatter. So I'll put my blush onto the other side of the face as well now to just add that a little bit higher. I could do a little bit over the top of the nose as well if I just wanted to create that sun-kissed glow. Now, say I was getting ready, and I only had 4.5 minutes to do my makeup. what I would actually do is go in with an eyeshadow brush or my eye blend brush, pop a little bit of blush, and just apply this directly over the eyes as an eyeshadow. This is a super easy look that you can do to create a beautiful color through the eyes without applying too much. Pop on some mascara and a lip gloss and you're done. But we've got many more steps than that today in our 16-step makeup. Next, we're going to talk about highlighter, and highlighter brings about light to the face. So using an eye blend brush, just removing any excess product, we can go in with a soft highlighter. Now you'll see here that both my bronzer and my blush are shimmer free, and I am a shimmer lover, but I'm going to include a little bit of shimmer with my highlighter. So a soft touch on both sides of the brush, tapping off any excess. First of all, I'm going to apply a small amount of highlighter in the inner corner of the eyes. So one press and wiggle, lift off, one press and wiggle and lift off. I like to do one wiggle for day, 2 wiggles for night, and 3 wiggles for night club. So today we're going with a soft day look. Highlighting down the nose by pulling my brush to the side. I can go halfway down the nose, lift off, and a little dot on the end. If I was to use the whole brush down the nose, that would give me more of a disco nose, which is not our vibe for today. Soft touch on the Cupid's bow will just give a really beautiful emphasis to the top lip, and a touch on the high point of the cheeks. So just above the blush line, I like to think of Neapolitan ice cream. So you have your bronzer underneath, which is your chocolate, your blush on top of the cheeks, which is your strawberry, and a touch of vanilla just on top. Being cautious of any expression lines around the eyes, as highlighter will highlight them. Contouring makes such a big difference to shaping the face after we've really flattened the face through using both concealer and foundation. So I hope this inspires you to take some time and have some fun with contouring.